Hello again, everyone. Scoons Comics here with another exciting, thrilling comic book haul. Yes! How's everybody doing? San Diego Comic-Con this week. Excited for all the trailers, the announcements, the previews of books and toys, and yes. And I'm not there. I'm not at any Comic-Con. I'm not at a comic shop. I'm just at my house. I'm going to show off some books I got at the local antique mall. Yes, I went back after the disappointment of the local antique malls previously. I didn't hit all 5 like I did last time. I just went to, frankly, the one closest to the house. I was out in that area. I said, I'll swing in, see what they got. And by God, I got some cool stuff. Plus, I have one comic to show that I bought a while ago, and I realized I never showed this. So, all things found on the cheap. Night Tiger, shout out to Night Tiger, made a comment that I need to change this channel. I don't remember what he said exactly. Something about like finding all his comics on the cheap. Because that's what I do. I'm never going to be that guy that buys a big time key, sends it out to get pressed and cleaned up and off to get graded. Like the cost of something getting graded to me is like, oh, I could buy so many books out of the quarter bin for that, or the cheap bin, or whatever. But I just like, as soon as I get a stack, that stack from my last comic show was like 80 books or something. I spent like 6 videos talking about them. As soon as I buy them, I'm like, I need more books. I need more books. I assume there are those of you like this out there. Always have to be looking. Always have to be hunting. Always have to be buying, because comics are cool. This comic is not so cool, but I'll show it anyway. Well, you know what? Let me show this one first. These are all from, the majority are all from the same dealer at the antique mall. Had a couple of long boxes, all mismatched. But they had a good discount on all their books, and I've picked these up. Spectacular Spider-Man 225. Now, I have this copy already, but this was dirt cheap, and I always think it's the first appearance of Phil Urich as the Green Goblin, the superhero Green Goblin, not a villain, but a superhero. I always think that because it says, introducing the new Green Goblin. So you'd think, hey, this is the first appearance. It's not. Web of Spider-Man 125 is his first appearance, and I need that book. I also need it for my Spider Clone gigantic series of books. I just haven't stumbled upon it in the cheap bin, and I'm certainly not going to pay more than $1 for it, so I just don't have it. But this is a cool book. It's got this little 3D disc. I have no idea what it was supposed to be. It's been burnt out by now. You can't really tell. I don't know. It just looks like a big blotch. But I always pick up this character's early appearances when I can on the cheap only. Just pure speculation. I assume at some point they'll do something either cool in the comics with him, which he's made a few appearances. He's played other characters. He's been the Hobgoblin. I think he might have been the... I don't know what else. I don't know. But at some point he'll pop up in a movie. They'll cast some young actor and they'll do something. But anyway, if you find these on the cheap, yeah, pick him up. Why not? So I also picked up... He had a short-lived series. Here's Green Goblin #1. Look at that shiny foil logo. Ooh. Green Goblin #1. And then this last issue of the series, issue 13, it's kind of hard to find just because it didn't do that well. But, I found it on the cheap. Green Goblin 13. Cool. Book that I was happy to find. They just announced that they're going to be doing the Sandman on Netflix. Whole series. Hooray, I love Sandman. If you don't love Sandman, you should. Go read it. It's amazing. So all the early appearances of Sandman and of the other characters in that series are, hot right now. And I saw this book's been picking up steam as the first appearance of Death. The character Death, not like a character being killed, in the DC universe proper, outside of the Sandman universe. And that is Captain Atom, number 42 from 1990. This is actually a cool book. It features a bunch of different incarnations of death or characters associated with death. I remember this was hot a few years back because, God, back in probably 2008, DC Comics did their big Blackest Night crossover with all their like zombie characters. And Necron, Lord of the Unliving, was the big bad in that, and he has an early appearance here as well. But also appearance by Sandman's older sister, Death. Picked it up for the cheap. Pick it up if you can. Okay, then, yes. So, I'm at the antique mall, and I got those. I was excited about those. So I'm just walking around, and, you know, if you're collecting, like, things just catch your eye. You know, like, if I see this X-Men logo, that's going to catch my eye every time. I saw some DC action figures, the old Kenner Superpower figures from the 80s. And I'd seen them there before. Like, they were just in somebody's, like, hodgepodge booth. It wasn't a toy booth, necessarily. They had, like, I don't know, like just random, it looked like a garage sale. Just a globe, had an end table. I think they had a map of, I think it was just a U.S. map. I don't know. But they have those action figures. Were still there. I'd seen them there previously a few weeks back. Well, I glanced at them again, and I thought I saw the back of a bag and board under it, like it was sitting on stuff. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Are those comics? Yes, they were. They were these comics, which I already have, but these are in nicer shape and were very cheap, so I picked them up. So, let's do this. Superpowers miniseries number 2 of 5. I like this series a lot. This is Jack Kirby, his return to DC Comics. Basically, DC Comics threw Jack Kirby a bone and let him do this 5-issue miniseries just so he'd get some royalty money. DC Comics had creators were not being paid outside of the first gig, just pay for hire. Until the 80s, they started a royalty program, and it's gotten much better over time. So they brought Jack Kirby in to do this miniseries. So here's issue number 2. And issue number 3. Wonder Woman. This might be the first time Jack Kirby... It's probably the only Jack Kirby Wonder Woman appearance. So that's pretty cool. Well, the first. Because there's more in this series, obviously. Number 4. This is not Jack Kirby at his best, but it's still Jack Kirby doing basically all the main DC characters, so that's really cool. And number 5. But no issue number 1. And then I got home, and I don't have an issue number 1. How do I not have an issue number 1? Now I gotta hunt down an issue number 1 to have the complete set. Drives me nuts not having a complete set. I don't know how that's possible. But this was a cool find. These were all marked for 50 cents. And then the booth had it was either 15 or 20% off sale. So I got these dirt cheap. So very cool. Last and not least, I picked this up from my comic shop a while ago, and I forgot all that I had not shown it. I had to go back and look at a few videos and be like, I didn't show this off. Very cool. Very cool. Marvel Treasury Special from 1976. Speaking of Jack Kirby, 2001 A Space Odyssey. The official comic book adaptation. These Treasury editions were popular in the 70s. I don't have a lot of them because they're hard to store. Like, this was, obviously it's huge. This is not going to fit. This is not going to fit in the comic book box with these. So, and plus they're usually in bad shape because, you know, they have to get specialized bags and boards. Oftentimes at conventions I'll just see these sit out loose and pretty dinged up. Not this one. It's in really good shape. Guy had a really good price on it. Had some kind of, I don't know what a sale was, but he had a good sale. Picked this up. Very cool. Jack Kirby. Giant size artwork. Oh yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Pick this up if you happen upon it. Or any Treasury editions. He did a Captain America bicentennial issue that I want to get my hands on, but I haven't been able to find that out in the wild. So keep your eyes open, people. Jack Kirby goodness is out there. And that's what I got. That is the haul for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Hit the like button, leave a comment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you all next week.